welcome to Daily Dictation. This is an interactive video to help you practice your English skills. To do that, you are going to listen to 5 sentences about winter fun at a high intermediate level. As you listen to each sentence, you will write down each sentence perfectly with the correct spelling, grammar, and punctuation. After you write down each sentence, I will then show you what each sentence looks like when it is correctly written. As I do that, I'll explain any grammar concepts or spelling tips and tricks to help you improve. This is a skill that is best developed if it's practiced every day. So there are new sentences each weekday, new topics each week, and 2 English levels offered. The instructions for this activity. You will need a blank piece of paper and a pencil. 5 sentences will be read. Each sentence will be read 3 times and 1 more time at the end. You have to write down each sentence exactly as you hear it, and you will use your listening skills to do this. Try your best to apply the correct spelling, punctuation, and capitalization for each sentence. On the screen, you're going to see numbers 1 to 5. Each number represents a different sentence that will be read. We'll start with sentence number 1. Number 1. The icicles hung from the roof above the deep snowdrift. The icicles hung from the roof above the deep snowdrift. The icicles hung from the roof above the deep snowdrift. Number 2. Many animals hibernate when the wind chill makes temperatures too low. Many animals hibernate when the wind chill makes temperatures too low. Many animals hibernate when the wind chill makes temperatures too low. Number 3. He rode the sleigh even in the sub-zero temperatures. He rode the sleigh even in the sub-zero temperatures. He rode the sleigh even in the sub-zero temperatures. Number 4. The sub-zero cold made the slush freeze quickly. The sub-zero cold made the slush freeze quickly. The sub-zero cold made the slush freeze quickly. Number 5. The thin snowpack led to the risk of frostbite. The thin snowpack led to the risk of frostbite. The thin snowpack led to the risk of frostbite. Now I will read each sentence one more time, starting with sentence number 1. The icicles hung from the roof above the deep snowdrift. Number 2. Many animals hibernate when the wind chill makes temperatures too low. Number 3. He rode the sleigh even in the sub-zero temperatures. Number 4. The sub-zero cold made the slush freeze quickly. Number 5. The thin snowpack led to the risk of frostbite. Okay, those are our sentences. Let's get ready to see what they look like correctly written. If you found that this video is a little bit too fast, I recommend that you listen again. When you listen again, you can adjust the playback speed to make it go slower through the settings of the video. You can also check the description for timestamps, and this will help you listen to specific sentence numbers again. We're going to go through each sentence now. Starting with sentence number 1. The icicles hung from the roof above the deep snowdrift. This one is actually a single clause sentence, even though it's quite long. So the icicles is the subject. The spelling here, we've had this for a couple days now. It is a little bit tricky. Remember that I see and then I see again, then LES. So split it up like this to remember the order, because sometimes you forget the extra I or the extra C because it doesn't look correct, or it might look a little strange to you. Hung is the verb. It is an irregular verb, so we have HUNG instead of adding the ED on hang. And now we have a whole bunch of prepositions to tell us where exactly the subject, the icicles, are located. So they're hanging and then located from the roof. So they have this noun here. And then we're saying even more information, where is the roof now? Above the deep snowdrift. And then we have this adjective and noun here. Overall, besides icicles, almost every word should be simple. Just remember that here we have snowdrift. It's one thing, one word, even though snow is a word and drift is a word independently. For now, in this context, we put both the words together to make one. Number 2, many animals hibernate when the wind chill makes temperatures too low. So for this one, we do have a coordinating conjunction here, but it's in the middle, saying that, okay, we have this independent clause and then this dependent clause. So we have independent clause first, IC for independent clause, and then this dependent clause second, DC for dependent clause. Because this one comes first, the independent comes first, the coordinating conjunction is in the middle, which means that the dependent clause comes after. We're not going to need any comma here. Now for spelling, hibernate, you can spell it exactly as it sounds. Hibernate. Wind chill is a little bit harder because when we pronounce it in English, you typically don't hear this D very clearly. But it is the word wind and chill put together. It talks about, or it means when the temperature feels like it decreases even more because the wind makes it so much colder or chillier. Temperatures is just a long word. For this one, you could split it up, temperatures, to make it a little bit easier to spell. For 3, he rode the sleigh even in the sub-zero temperatures. So we have this coordinating conjunction down here. Even kind of is like the word despite, and so it kind of functions like that. So he rode the sleigh despite the sub-zero temperatures have the same meaning. And even is something that we say more in casual speaking, and despite is something that you're more likely to say in more academic or professional writing. For this one, he is the subject, rode is the verb, and the sleigh is the object. And then it provides more information here. So this is our independent clause, and this is our dependent clause here, which is why you have no commas. Again, because it's independent first, independent second. Sub-zero is exactly how it sounds, and then you have that word temperatures again. So work it the same way that you did for this one. Sleigh is a hard word because it doesn't sound anything like how it's spelt. The first 2 letters are the easiest ones. Then you have to remember the order of these vowels, and then you have to remember the silent GH. So split it up into 3 parts to help you remember each individual part. Number 4, the sub-zero cold made the slush freeze quickly. So we have this word sub-zero again, and Again, it's spelled exactly how it sounds, sub-zero. So as long as you know how to spell zero and sound out sub, you should be able to spell this word. And this is the subject. Then the verb is made. The slush is the object of the sentence. Slush, again, is spelled exactly how it sounds. Freeze quickly. So then we have this verb and adverb here. And for number 5, the thin snowpack led to the risk of frostbite. So we have the thin snowpack. This whole thing is the subject, focusing on snowpack as the subject. Remember, it is one word, even though snow is a word by itself and pack is a word by itself. Snowpack, you're going to want to keep in mind that it is a compound noun, which means it's two nouns put together. Thin is just our adjective here. Led is the verb. And so what does it lead to? Here we have the preposition because it tells us that this leads us in the direction of getting something. The thing that we might be getting is frostbite. So the risk here is a noun. Of what? Of frostbite. This is the condition. Frostbite is one word as well. When I say frostbite, you can't hear the T very clearly. It's not pronounced very clearly when we talk quickly in English, but it is the word frost and bite put together. Frost talking about very, very cold temperatures, and bite is how it harms your skin. This could be a very serious medical condition. I live in a very cold country where this is very plausible if you don't take care of yourself and stay warm. So for all of these words, these bold words are the words that we are focusing on for this week for spelling. I'll show you a better list of those words. So the vocabulary words that we are aiming to review: slush, frostbite, avalanche, snowpack, hibernate, wind chill, sub-zero, sleigh, icicles, snowdrift. So make sure that you feel comfortable with all of these words. Make sure you know how to spell them if you're going to use them in your writing, and make sure you know how to pronounce them if you're going to be using them in your speaking. If you live in a cold country or plan to move or go to university in a cold country, it might come up during your IELTS exam, so it is very good to be able to speak about it. In addition, it's always good to know these words. It shows that you have a good range of vocabulary, a more advanced range of vocabulary. So practice them. Besides that, we are all finished here for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.